welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of This Might Not Go Well. Episode 45. We in here. You already know what it is. It's Breezy at Pipe Zone.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Slick Grace, and how's everyone doing out there?
Yes. Episode 45. We in the building. You already know how this goes. Please follow us on all social media at This Might Not Go Well. If you have any business deals, brand opportunity, please email us at thismightnotgowell@gmail.com.
Big facts.
Episode 45. We almost to episode 50.
We in our Trump years, man.
Come on. Oh, damn. And next week is our anniversary, our 1 year anniversary of this podcast. So we got to do it big.
Big 4-5. But before we even get there, man, before we get to 4-6, we got a special episode today, man.
Special episode with a special guest. We have the one, the only, Kyndra Crump. Clap it up for her.
Hey! Atlanta's very own.
Come on now.
What's going on, Kyndra? Can you hear us?
Perfectly. How y'all feeling? Y'all good?
Chilling. Can't complain.
Did y'all eat y'all Wheaties this morning?
Captain Crunch only. Captain Crunch only.
Sugar and grits.
Give me your top 5 favorite, real quick. Top 5 favorite cereals in no particular order. Go.
Oh, that's easy. Fruity Pebbles,
Honey Bunches
Crunch,
of Oats.
Yeah, Honey Bunches of Oats, Crunch Berries,
Cookie Crisps.
Apple Jacks.
Ooh, I like Apple Jacks.
Apple Jacks fire, right?
I like cornflakes.
Oh, you old motherfucker.
And Special K.
Special K, you an old motherfucker.
Come on now. And Raisin Bran. I love Raisin Bran.
The Cinnamon Toast Crunch, man.
Oh, that's a fact. I like that as well.
What about you? What's your top 5? I know you was locked and loaded. That means you got to have your 5 ready.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Fruit Loops, Apple Jacks, Fruity Pebbles, and Reese's Puff. Now, mind y'all, let me say this. I haven't eaten cereal like that in years, in order to maintain a stripper body, you have to eat very healthy. Okay. This didn't come from Dr. Atlanta. This came from Dr. God. Okay. People go to Dr. Atlanta where it says still loading to say, oh, I want to look like Kyndra Crump. When Kyndra Crump decides to be an IG model, So yeah, I eat very healthy.
So you don't want that they go to if they want the BBL, they be like, yo, if I want my BBL to look like this, like I want to look like Kyndra.
Wait, hold on, say that one more time. Say the beginning part.
So like this is what they model when they go ask for the BBL.
Yeah, that's what they do. That's exactly what they do. But it's okay, man. It's okay. So it's like it's one of those things. That's why I said, man, I pop out women with real bodies. That should be an episode topic. Women with real bodies, they only pop out once out the year, a couple times out the year, not all the time. Come on now.
It's crazy.
Keep it real.
We just had this conversation, was it 2 episodes ago, just about, I don't know if you've seen what happened with Young Baby Tate. The singer put a post up from her at a concert, and she, she's a natural body. She's a natural woman. She had her fashion outfit up. She had a little tummy, and all the Instagram girls was going crazy. Like, it was so scandalous for her to be outside. And we was like
they don't have a FUPA. Come on now.
Shout out to FUPA gang. We love those.
I know. I be filming those all the time. I would be wanting to play with want to play with their leg fupa. I call it blubber. The other day, guys, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I appreciate y'all having me on. I think I was on the Section 8 waiting list, but I don't know. Did I get it? I got approved. So here I am.
Yes. So you already know how this episode start out already. We do our weekly check-ins, You want to start it off, Slick? How's your week been going?
Oh, the week has been cool, man. The 9 to 5 been kicking my ass. I've been in bed at 7:45 every night last week. But, just enjoy, trying to find the joy in what I'm doing. I'm recalibrating. It's almost time to start playing video games after work and, finding those leisurely activities. I started picking back up with the photography and everything. We're going to talk about that later, though. But I'm in a good space, man. I'm in a good space. I can't complain. I'm happy for the productivity. We're a year in, so we can only, keep getting better and better.
Of course.
How you feeling, B?
Oh, man, this week was pretty good. You feel me? Got to talk to my therapist the other day. You feel me? Shout out to Dr. Asia Jones. We should have her on a guest of the podcast as much as I shout her out.
That's a fact.
She kicked my ass, though. I ain't gonna hold you. She when you talk to your therapist and she be spitting and you don't want her to be spitting like that.
She called your narcissism out.
You the one that has that problem. But yeah, she really got into me, really made me like, I had to look into a few things and she gave me a lot of wisdom. So like, I always appreciate having them therapy sessions because, now I'm like, okay, I know what to do is good to let out some emotions and all that. So this week been actually pretty good. And, next week is our anniversary. So I'm happy about that, though. So it is what it is. So, Kyndra, how was your week going?
Hey man, I try not to pimp slap folks on a regular. I feel like my motto is swing on someone today because tomorrow's not promised. But other than that, my week has been pretty good. You know, I work for the man 3 days out the week. The other 4 days I work for myself. One of them pays my bills. The other one it's on the up and coming. So yeah, for all the slow ones in the back, because you know some of your followers, they wheels on their bus don't go round and round. The one who pays my bills is the one I go 3 days out the week. The other 4 days I'm like woosah, you know. So that's it.
I respect it. That's dope. And I mean, you know, we do a little digging, a little research. Apparently, you know, you up here, the up and coming, you in the comedy scene down there in Atlanta. How is it out there? Like, what's the vibes down there? What y'all be laughing at?
So what I try to do, right, you know, cause I just go to work, I come home, I actually like going to the bank. I actually have fun there. So I perform everywhere, you know, cause I don't know about everybody else. You know, I'm pretty sure they hit the comedy clubs and stuff like that, you know, but I perform everywhere. I will perform at, you know, the bank. I did a little comedy performance at the bank for about 30 minutes. I will perform at my job. I perform in the grocery store. You know, it's a bunch of everything here. You know, a bunch of scammers, a bunch of, you know, fake rumps. It's a bunch of everything. It's beautiful. I'm always making fun of everything. You know, so if somebody happens to be like, hey, I think that was me on her story. How'd you get me? Oh, I mean, you look bad. Don't come out the house looking like that.
Can you tell us a little bit about your comedy journey, like how you start and what got you into comedy?
Yeah, 3 minutes or less. Okay, so I have been funny my entire life. My teacher, shout out to Mrs. Rosser, you know, one day we're going to cross paths because I shout this woman out on every podcast I go to. But anyway, Miss Rosser, she said it to me in fourth grade, you're the funniest student I've ever had. And so with that being said, we get to middle school, I'm making people laugh. I'm in high school. I done had kids tell me I was funny. And it's three things that don't lie. It's children, a drunk man, and leggings, okay? So, of course...
The last part, leggings.
Yeah, I had to throw that in. But with that being said, I get to high school. People are like, "Hey, you know, you're hilarious." Now, I never did win senior superlative for best sense of humor. That was a comedy. I mean, that was a popularity contest, and you had to tell people, "Hey, vote for me," type of thing. And I don't have time for that. Either you're gonna vote for me or you're not. Okay. At the time I wanted to say that, but now that I am at a wiser stage in my life, I don't care. You gonna vote for me or you not? Okay. Back to the story. So, leaving high school, people are like, you need to have your own TV show. You are hilarious. Like, you need to go do something with your life. Like, you are great, blase woo. So I start 2016, I'm in college, and I remember having on Snapchat, I was like, welcome to the Kyndra Crump show. And at the time, it was like Little Kim's hardcore album, which actually I wrote some of her lyrics, which, you know, me and Kimberly Jones are beefing right now because she knows what time it is. Okay, she don't want to, you know, admit the truth that I was the one who actually wrote a lot of that stuff, but whatever. That's why she is the way she is. That's why she looks the way she looks. Back to the story. Okay, back to the story. Yes. So I post my videos late 2017, early 2018 on IG, and it was pretty much like, you know, me figuring out that IG was the way to go. You can go viral a lot more. And on top of that, people just they do that on IG. They just, with the unsolicited nudes. I'm like, bro, what in the world is going on?
Oh, that's
you know, I don't understand why you all are just acting like this. Like have no shame.
Have no home training.
Yo, it's crazy. And it's like, as a woman, I'm pretty sure that happens way more frequently than it does for us. I don't think we've gotten one yet, right?
Yeah, nope, not at all.
Not a booby, nothing.
Yeah.
You know what? I think you will if you become well known enough. You're gonna have women, but right now they ain't checking for you. If you ain't no type of, you know, have no type of starstruck stuff about yourself, they don't care. But yes, a lot of men will just up and harass. And, you know, it's like I become immune, but not immune. And that's so horrible for me to say, hey, I become immune to it, because it's like, this should not be normal. But you know what? We live in a over-sexualized world. You have OnlyFans. When Meg and Cardi performed WAP on, it was the VMAs at 8 p.m. where kids are still up and they're getting pretty much bucket naked on television. And I'm like, where is the freaking censorship? Nothing is sacred no more, doggone it. But hey, I just want Jesus. You know, I used to be here. I used to get up, very selfish. I'm like, Jesus, don't come back until I done did this, that, and the third. I don't even care no more. If I don't get no head from Rapper the Game, shout out to my husband, Rapper the Game, Jason Terrell Taylor. You hear me talking to you. You hear me shouting you out on every podcast I go. You need to respond back to my DM, sir, that I sent you April 19, 2020, 8:08 p.m. and April 19, 2021, 9:38 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you. But anyway, so yeah, I don't really care. If Jesus comes back tomorrow, I'll be happy because I'm about tired of all of these jigaboos. And that's how I got started. And then I started doing podcasts because I realized podcasting is the way to go. I've been doing over 500 podcasts since October of 2020 to October 2020. And, cause y'all have fans in Australia that you probably don't know. That's podcasting can get you reached out everywhere. So that's how I got started.
Oh, that's dope. That's wild, though. You know, you think about it, like, there's always people when you go to school who's like OD funny. He's like, damn, son, you should really do something. Yep. But unfortunately, a lot of people don't even have the means or the confidence to even take it serious. So it's really fire that you really following through with that. So that's big. Shout out to your teacher. What's her name again?
Mrs. Rosser. She told me that in 4th grade. She's like, you the funniest student that I know, man. Like, so I don't know where she at. I think I remember her first name. I'm going to see if I can find her on Facebook. I'm like, hey man, you slightly famous because I keep shouting you out everywhere I go. Shout out Mrs. Rossner, man. That's shit. That's fire.
Come on now. You see how much educators have importance in kids' life and all that.
Some of those educators, man, they just there for a paycheck. Who was one educator for you all? One educator that made you love learning?
Ooh, love learning. That's
this particular subject made you like it.
I won't say love learning, but helped me a lot was this biology teacher in high school, Mr. Miller, actually. And sorry, Mr. Miller. He made it so cool to be in school. Like he was a black man. He kind of looked like me. He was a little light skinned and everything. And it just made it a joy to go to school. He would crack jokes. He would break it down. He would explain biology in a rap, in a hip hop form of way. And I end up learning biology, even though I don't use it today. But the memories still last. So Mr. Miller, shout out to you though.
That's a fact. I got a few, but I think the one that was most important was Mr. Ramen. He was like this flamboyant.
Did y'all call him ramen noodle when y'all first met him?
Nah, I was scared of, so I ain't gonna hold you. My mom's put the fear of God in me in school, so I made sure whatever I did, I couldn't get in trouble. But Mr. Ramen was my history teacher, and he had us in, like, he had competitions like Econ Bowl, like we was learning economics in 7th grade, and I had him in 7th, 8th, and 9th grade. And Mans was a clown. Like, he really had, like, all the black kids, we'd be sitting, he said whatever you want, we wasn't doing work. He's like, yo, Slick, you gonna do this? And I'm like, I'm not doing it. Last minute, put it off. I go and make like a bullshit presentation. He puts me on the econ team and stuff. It just made me feel like I could do a lot more stuff than just be a body in a classroom. Like I had value. So I think that just went a really long way just with everything I took from him. So I appreciate it. Shout out Mr. Ramen. I know you still at the school. I might pull up one day, but not one day soon.
Okay, let me ask you guys the next question. Real quick before we get to the next topic. Who was that hot teacher or principal that you remember that you like, you know what? I wish I was old enough to have, got the draws. Who was that one, or y'all didn't have that?
I got a few.
Miss Greco. Hi, Miss Greco.
I got a few. Hold on. I could list this. Miss Echeverry from junior high school. Oh my God. I love her. She bought me brownies for my birthday. I was like,
what?
I was ready to commit right there and there. You feel me?
Yeah.
And in high school, it was Miss Galante and Miss LaSalle. Oh, I loved them.
Nah, Miss Greco was like, you remember the first young teacher you had? Like, Miss Greco was like 22, teacher in 7th graders. Man, the age difference is not that big, miss.
You know what's so sad? I don't know if you ever watched My Wife and Kids with Junior when he was failing in algebra.
And got him that tutor?
Got him that tutor. That was that case when she left that year and she didn't come back. I cried. I was like, Miss Echeverry, don't leave. Like, come estás? Hasta luego. I can't do this without you.
Did anybody ever try to hit up their teacher, after they graduated? Like, did anybody?
I went to a few school events, but I was cuffing at the time, so I was like, let me not. But looking back, I should have shot my shot. Like, yo, Miss Greco.
Is it too late now, though?
I don't know what she looked like.
Yeah, I don't know if she aged
That's what's
well.
at Facebook. You can find them on Facebook.
I
I don't know if she aged well because some people age like milk and some people age like wine. So I don't know.
I say if it's curdled, I don't want it.
You know what? That to me is scary because I don't know what I'll look like. 20 years from now. I hope I still look good. There are things I've cut out. I try to get. What I learned is you can get your sleep. You can end up getting sleep, eating right, not doing drugs. And you can still come out looking like spoiling like milk.
Facts, that's
so like that's the thing about that. I wonder what's going to happen.
I try to use my parents as a baseline. I'm like, all right, if the dudes still trying to hit my mom's, ladies still trying to get at my pops. I got a good shot. I got a good chance.
Yeah.
What's your daddy looking like? Asking for a friend.
But look, he a little darker than me. He got the waves. He got the full beard.
Is he tall? You look tall. You tall? You look about 6'5".
I'm about 6'3", 6'2". He's
okay.
He like 6'1". He's 6'1", but he burly. I put in the word with you.
Okay, all right then. Bring your lanky self over here then. All right. Anyway, moving on to the next one. Let's go to the next one.
All right. So Dave Chapelle.
I'm about to say you are in the comedy scene.
Come on now. Wait, before we talk about what Dave Chapelle did this week that had everybody up for, what's your thoughts on? What's your top 5? Comedians.
I'm going to exclude Pryor, Chappelle, Kevin Hart, and Bernie Mac because those are always in everybody's top. And then on top of that, Kevin ain't even funny to me. Number one, when you start wearing a dress, you already sold out. Shout out to Flip Wilson for starting that mess. Anyway, but my top 5 is Arnaz J, Carlos Miller, Chris Rock, Cedric, Steve, and hold on. Arnaz J, Chris Rock, Arnaz J, I gotta do the fingers. Chris Rock, Carlos Miller, Cedric, and Steve. There it is. And for women, I'll give 2. Miss Pat, comedian Miss Pat.
Oh, her show is fire.
And what's her name? Wanda Sykes.
Wanda Sykes? I like Wanda Sykes.
Wanda legendary. Steve don't get enough credit for his actual comedy. Like I saw him in person. That's like the first comedy show I ever went to. And he had me crying. Like I thought I was going to die.
And shout out to you for putting Carlos Miller. Carlos Miller is one of the. I won't even say he's like up and coming because he's not, because he's established. But he's a comedian that doesn't get a lot of credit.
Like Arnaz J.
That he does not.
Because
he does not.
He should be up there with the Ryan Davis and everything like that. And also, I like Kevin on Stage. Kevin on Stage is in my top 5.
I've heard him, many a times. I hear Patrice O'Neal a lot. I hear Bill Burr.
Oh yes,
Patrice is my guy.
Yes,
Patrice is my guy.
Chico Bean. And Tony Baker. I like Tony Baker a lot too. You feel me? And Rodney Jordan. He's a Georgia head too, right? And he's part of
who's Rodney Jordan?
He's like he does the Bless AF hats, and he's a comedian. He's one of the he did a couple of comic views and all that. He got a popular podcast with a couple other comedians, More Than the Culture podcast. Shout out to them. Feel me? So that's one of my top 5s right now as well.
Okay, I'll have to see. Okay,
she said Patrice. That took me back, man. The Elephant in the Room is one of my favorite specials of all time.
Oh yeah,
it had me digging through like YouTube, finding his old videos and interviews. Like that man was R.I.P. Patrice.
Now Dave Chapelle just released his final stand up on the Netflix contract.
The Closer.
The Closer. Now he got a bunch of people painting the bunch this week because of his LGBT community comments. So we're gonna play a little clip. You feel me? And then we're gonna let us see what happened.
Man, $60 million. He got paid to talk shit.
That's a fact.
Ain't nothing I'm not saying for $60 million.
Community doesn't know the baby's history. He's a wild guy. He once shot a and killed him in Walmart. Oh, this is true. Google it. The baby shot and killed a in Walmart in North Carolina. Nothing bad happened to his career. Do you see where I'm going with this? In our country, you can shoot and kill a but you better not hurt a gay person's feelings.
Oh, and I just
a taste
of all the one of the jokes that he was saying in his special, and a lot of people came out. You had the showrunner from the Dear White People.
Ugh.
I didn't even know she was the showrunner.
If you watch the last 2 seasons, it'll make sense.
Came out and basically said like she didn't really like the comments that he said and everything like that.
Boycotting Netflix. She's done with them for right now.
What's your thoughts on that whole situation? Especially you being a comedian, because you do stand up and everything like that, and your comments might be misinterpreted. How would you feel like if you were being put in a situation like that?
You heard my yawn at like, okay, like first off, okay, he didn't say nothing bad. He just literally was telling the truth. Like in our country, the LGBT LMNO community is very, like, don't disrespect them. I have been canceled so many times. I'm gonna tell you some gay jokes I've said.
Oh shit!
On my Facebook. Okay. How are you gay and can't dress? What the hell were you doing in the closet the entire time? Number 2, transgender women aren't women. Let's call them X-Men.
Oh, damn.
That makes sense.
Number 3, no point in having a gender reveal if you're going to allow them to choose what they want to be anyway.
Again, that makes sense. All good jokes contain truth.
I mean, I'm sure there's more to come. There's more to come. But with that being said, man, it's just jokes, man. To me, it's like, I don't understand where the cancel culture came from. Why can't we be who we want to be? Why are we trying to be censored? Do you guys know how many podcasts I have done where people have told me, please do not talk about the Beehive. Do not talk about the community. Do not talk about somebody's mama. And I'm like, do you want me to not talk at all?
Yeah, why do you limit me in such ways that I can't even have a talk?
That's because you know what? One thing I learned, fear is what kills everybody the most. This whole COVID plan crap, I'm not going, because I'm a very woke person, okay? But this entire COVID stuff, the fear is the reason why people are dying, okay? Like, they are just like, but hey, what do I know? But no, like, going back to it, I just honestly believe that the same people who out here canceling are the same people who had their hairline canceled on them. These niggas' hairlines going back further than abuse in the Jackson family. Okay? The women's breasts have canceled on them. It is looking like skinny hot dogs. Okay? Down looking like you about to feed you've been feeding like the village, the African village, like you the African grandmother. Okay? It's just sagging. And if you are in your 20s and you got saggy breasts and you ain't got kids and you got a hairline that cancel on you, ma'am and sir, you guys are irresponsible. Just want to let you know that. That's all I'm going to say about that. The end.
Damn.
That was a brilliant way to wrap that up.
I'm about to say, but she makes a great point. I mean, cancel culture started out as, people being self-righteous and, coming at people who they thought were, abusing their power. Mm-hmm. And then the white folks got it.
Yep.
And then all hell broke loose because you canceled for saying any one thing that a group of people don't agree with. You're going down. But
for what reason though? Do you feel like at what year did you feel like it got really bad? Cancel culture wise.
I think right after, because what was it? It started with what? It was Me Too, right?
Yeah, Me Too.
Me Too was big, and then Black Lives Matter. And then I think there was like a gap in time where nothing was happening. So then that's when they started going back and through tweets like, oh, Kevin Hart said, oh, he called his friend the F word. It's, oh, he's done. He's done. Get him out of here.
Yep.
It became, I'm not a fan of this person. So I'm saying like probably summer of 2020, it was getting crazy.
Yeah.
Summer 2020.
I say 2018. I think a lot of stuff was going on in 2018. I got a lot of people canceled, a lot of comments and all that other stuff.
But it's like the validity of it now. You really think about it. Some of these claims are not valid. It's literally people just, I don't like this person. Let's get him out. I'm pretty sure he said something 10 years ago that we got. The cancellation I hate the most is when they do the old tweets thing. Like if I tweeted something in 010, 011, like don't bring that up. I was a different person at that time. Yeah, I was in high school. I was in high school sucking my dick. That's how I feel.
You feel me?
You know what, you're definitely right. It should, again, they just have nothing better to do, nothing better to do. And to me, it's just like, it's sad. Miss Pat, I like, one joke she said on her TV show, she said that black folks don't play the lottery no more. All you gotta do is wait till one of your kids get killed and then you get money.
Yo, her
See,
show,
somebody would be offended by that. You're over here talking.
Miss Pat she has. Oh my God, her show on BET is probably one of the most realistic shows ever. That's on TV right now, on how and the issues that she talks about and what she goes on with her family, because she basically her whole stand-up specials and everything is wrapped up in the TV show, so she just talks about everything like that.
Miss Pat, let me check this out.
Yes, and then she went and she was just on the Carlos Miller
the 85 South Show. I got like 30 minutes into it. I didn't finish up listening up to it.
And then she was talking about how many kids she had. She had 4 kids and 2 abortions, and she still claimed those kids because that's hers. And she's out of pocket like that. But I respect her honesty with that.
I love that energy. I feel like, you know what it is? A lot of this cancel shit is like people that are outside the community, outside of understanding what's happening, they can't get into it, so they going to just try to shut the shit down. Like, oh, I can't be a part of your club. Oh, nope, he called me a bitch. It's over. Wrap it up. Get him out of here.
And social media gave a lot of people voices that they do not need. I swear, some people need to shut the fuck up forever. That's it.
But even think about Think about Chapelle though. Chapelle, like, I watched the special. I'm gonna watch it again tonight. Like, he brought up points where it's like, okay, if you're a member of the community, you might feel like. It's like, you know, you make fun of the weird kid in class. Now you get in trouble, but I said what everyone else was thinking. You feel me? And then he's also on his like, yo, stop punching down. Cancel culture for right now is punching down. You're taking an isolated incident and you're trying to cancel a whole person's lifestyle.
My thing is with the LGBT community is y'all want to be part of society. Y'all want to be integrated, be assimilated. If we can't make jokes on your community or anything like that, then y'all will forever be an outsider, and y'all would never be truly integrated into society the way y'all want to be. If we can't joke on y'all every time there's a comedian joke on y'all want to go on this whole cancellation route.
It's a fact. You can't have all the perks and none of the bad stuff. You got a word and you get made fun of, and like, and just know half the time nobody really means. If somebody's saying it with malice, that's different than me making an observation of like really saying some funny shit.
I ain't gonna lie though, but the baby was wilding. To this day,
let me say something really quickly that just came to my mind. My last joke, it wasn't even a joke. My last point that I made it was months at a time. My last point that I made was, and I used to post like little like stuff as well. This person has said, you know, I'm a transsexual looking for a good man, and then the next line was I didn't say this, like I said, I posted this. The next line said, "Look within," and then like I posted, I posted that, and of course I had posted, "My generation has Superwoman. Your generation's wondering if that's a woman, right?" You know, but no. This on a serious note, I had said, children can't drink or drive, but they can choose what gender that they want to be. This isn't going to end well, and y'all know it. Here comes one guy who is straight, you know, black man. He said, "What is your issue?" This is the 4th joke in several months that you made about transgenders. What is your issue with transgenders? And then I'm like, you know what? I don't argue back and forth. So I allowed my minions, my henchmen, to finish him off. But, you know, they did their best to finish him off. I think they need some stronger henchmen because he kept talking and they got tired. I'm like, bro, I mean, I'm not paying him anyway. So, you know, whatever. Then
Oh man, nah. Is it like that's the reality we live in. It's like you really gotta watch what you say sometimes, because like people gonna come at you and try to get their fake PhDs on critical race theory and critical gender theory. I guess that's gonna be a thing. Seeing critical gender theory, we're gonna have that conversation.
Yeah,
I won't take that class. Never mind. But yeah, switching up now. Next topic. Well, I mean, we want to talk about the Dear White People showrunner and her comments, how she feels like empowered to like step down. Does this really matter? Does her stepping down? The show is over.
The show is over. Like, I don't really care. I barely watched it. I watched the movie, but I didn't watch the show.
I thought. I mean, I felt like it was a publicity stunt. I ain't gonna hold you.
Oh, that's a fact.
I feel like she's trying. You know, nobody was watching that 4th season. It's a musical. I hate musicals. Kyndra, you like musicals?
Not really. I'm not like musicals and plays are pretty much the same thing in a sense, right? Mm-hmm. In a sense, not really. Like the only play musical I can do it was one of Tyler Perry's films, little plays that never got adapted to a film, but it was cool. But I'm not all that singing. I ain't got time for that. I just
no High School Musical. We all in this together? No.
No, you know, when I I'm a kid. When you a kid, you like everything. But like I said, the singing, I just don't have time for all that. Then, because in my mind, High School Musical made me think that once you got to high school, you can dance on the tables. And I think I almost stood up on the table. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? So yeah, I don't do that. It's not realistic. It's bull crap. Just want to let you know that.
So, Kyndra.
Yes, sir.
This week, something important happened. Social media was down. Social media is a platform that you use. What happened during that 6 hours when IG wasn't working and all these other social media?
WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Okay, so I thought something was wrong with my phone. Of course, I restarted twice. Once. No, it was once.
You didn't curse out your phone provider?
Say that again?
You didn't curse out your phone provider? A lot of people did. They was like, what's going on? Like, they was...
No. So what I did, I don't try to be that person. What I did was I went to YouTube. I like YouTube University. And I just said, okay, let me just, find something else productive to do. Problem is, y'all, if it was not for me having my talent, I would not be on social media. I don't really care like that. Social media is cool, but at the same time, it can give you anxiety and it can give you unrealistic, expectations of how you should live your life when people are covering up theirs. Even people will sit here to, and they will literally sit here and curse each other out and be like, oh, we gotta take a quick picture real quick. After they take the picture, okay, we look good, then they go back and beat each other up. Like, it's a lot going on. But no, it don't really bother me. That's cool that y'all go and figure out, play with your kids again, man. You ain't played with your kids in about 6 months since the last shutdown. Hey, do you not know? Now you know what your husband's favorite color is. Okay, you just so invested on social media. Come on now.
And a lot of people was during that 6 hour downtime, they was like, oh my God, I got so much work done. Oh, I got so much big plans. I'm like, why? What was all this beforehand? Like, why took social media to be down for you to be so inspired to do a lot of stuff now?
Social media, that's that new drug, bro. That's that crack. They dropped that shit off. The government dropped that shit off and now everybody going crazy, bro.
Oh, that's a fact.
And think about it. So it's been dumbed down over the last couple of years. Like the intellectual speech, they getting people out the paint. What do you see more? Ass and titties. You seeing what your favorite celebrities doing. You trying to emulate what they doing. Everyone's caught up in the image. Mm-hmm. I personally, literally, I think the day before the shit went down, I removed Instagram, Snapchat, and all that off my home screen. Cause I figured in my mind, I'm be more productive because I'll look at it's not there. I'm gonna do something else. I hit Twitter real quick and go back doing what I'm doing. It's been helping. So when that shit was down, I was like, why everybody tripping? What's going on? What you doing?
That's a fact.
So people are just, it's like they're addicted to it. I just feel like you can start your day off with something else that is much more effective and needed.
That's a fact. I probably posted 3 pictures in the last 2 years.
Oh yeah, you horrible.
I don't post shit.
After once we finish recording this, I gotta go record and that's the thing about trying to chasing after your dreams, man, is exhausting. So I have to go ahead and post a video for one of the videos for Monday, and everything else like that, and stuff like that. So I try to post 3 days a week, but it gets exhausting because I'm like, bro, what am I going to talk about tomorrow, and everything else like that.
Damn, that's 100% facts. Sometimes some people got content for days and they just recycling shit. They're just like, what the fuck? How did you
even promote it on our podcast page? It'd be gotta post a snippet. We gotta post our song of the week. We gotta do all of this, and it'd be draining sometimes too. I ain't gonna lie.
No, it is. It really is draining. Going after your dreams until you finally make it, it's exhausting because you gonna have one thing I learned is it's gonna be seasons in your life where you're doing really good or really bad. So you never know.
That is 100% factual.
And Mark Zuckerberg lost $7 billion.
He won't make that shit back. He dropped to the 7th richest person in the world. Or some shit.
His pocket ain't hurting for nothing.
He went from 128 to 121 billion. I was like, yeah, you good, bro. I don't feel bad for you.
You don't feel bad he lost $7 billion?
Nah, I don't give a fuck about him. He over here selling.
But you know what? I was confused. I was like, how did you lose money from it being shut down? I mean, that's what I guess I was confused about. If it's that, I guess y'all, can someone of y'all please explain to me?
I know the stock price dropped. I know it'll rip the stock price.
But how do you lose money from something being shut down? Like, it's not like, okay, yeah, you added an account on Instagram, but I didn't know that. Is it more so if you add an account, he gets more money? Because everybody was still, being able to utilize, like, so explain to me, how did he lose money by being shut down for several hours?
Well, I know advertisements, they get paid off for that. So they get a kickback off any ads. So any of those, brand ads that people be getting, Instagram gets their little cut off for that. And then too, when it happens, once it hits the news cycle, everybody that owns Facebook stock, he's one of the biggest owners of the stock. That's where a majority of his money comes from. It's dropping. Everybody's, Facebook having problems. Oh, we gotta get this out the paint. We gonna sell. And then as it drops, even the small dollar drop, he has millions of shares. It's gonna hit his pockets automatically. So that's really where it came from. I'm pretty sure he made it back. Let me check and see if right now if I can pull up.
And mind you, and under that Facebook stock is Instagram, WhatsApp, a bunch of other social media. So if those are not working, automatically people are going to sell those stocks.
Yeah, and it's always a quick turnaround. People, especially if you work in the market, people's definitely looking for any reason to make a little extra loot. I'm gonna sell off, lock in some profits, get back in at a cheaper price. Mm-hmm. So, I ain't got no love. I don't care about that, man. He fine.
Of course,
he lost $5 this week per share on Facebook. So depending on how much, he ain't get it all back yet.
Of course. I mean, it's okay. He can be, maybe he should start donating, like help the broke college kids or whatever. Like, help me out. I'm tired of going ahead and trying to shake it for daddy.
Mark don't care about us.
Now, speaking of people trying to secure the bag, recently 18 former NBA players was charged with attempting to defraud the NBA Health and Welfare Benefit Program out of nearly $4 million.
Guys like Glenn Davis, Tony Allen, Sebastian Telfair, that broke my heart. Like, Bash, you gotta just sit this one out, player.
A New York native, come on, Sebastian. You already had a horrible career due to mental health issues, and you over here trying to scam. You're a typical New York nigga for that.
He from Brooklyn.
All right, don't do that. Don't put it down, Brooklyn now.
You got any thoughts about the insurance scams in the NBA?
So I gotta know a little bit more information. Tell me what exactly has been going on.
So essentially, the NBA has like a retired healthcare plan that essentially they when you play X amount of years, you get coverages granted. So 21 people, 18 players, and I believe it was like 3 spouses, were basically creating fraudulent claims, saying they had dental work, $40,000 in dental work here, $60,000 in physical therapy there, and they was getting these checks off rip, no questions asked. I guess basically
it was so bad. One of them filed for a root canal, mind you. The same day he was trying to get the root canal, he was overseas playing in an actual basketball game.
So yeah,
so he messed that up himself.
Yep. They were just collecting the checks. They was just like, I need this.
So do people not think this is how I feel about anything that's a scam, okay? At some point, it's going to catch back up to you. I don't understand. Now, I'll give you a prime example. All right. There are many ways to scam and stuff like that. If you have a pet in the house that is not on the lease, technically you kind of scamming, but it's just a pet. But when it comes to money, okay, when it comes to money, at some point it's gonna catch back up to you. Don't think it's gonna catch back up. Quit the thievery, people. Quit the freaking thievery. Oh, I'm just taking from the white man because he took from us. Okay, we'll see how well that works. You saying that in prison? Okay,
that's a fact. And it's like I said, 18 players, and a lot of them are like a good half of them. We know their names, like we've seen them play. It's just like, so what's the next step? Like, what happens to you? You gonna go to jail for $50,000? And the crazy part is, those 21 people only racked up $4 million. If I'm a scam, I'm scamming for real.
That's a fact.
They better add a couple zeros to that.
Yo, and why are they not playing with this Sally Mae stuff? They need to shut that down over there. People frauding that. Shut that down.
Sally Mae got the best cybersecurity team in the world. They know we've been trying to get that
they
for
shut
a while.
down Facebook and all that, but they can't scam Sally Mae out of our money and stuff like that. What's going on?
Nah, education money. The only time education lose money is when the president do it, like Biden did to the HBCUs this week. That motherfucker there.
You want to go? You want to tell what Uncle Biden, Sleepy Joe did?
Sleepy Joe is out here wilding. He cut funding. He promised, what was it, $40 billion for HBCU funding, and he cut it to $2 billion, which is still more than he was getting before. But at the same time, he ran on a platform of equal educational opportunity for minorities. And now, as soon as you thinking of money running up, that's the first place you cut. I feel like that's some shit. Joe Biden, I don't know, man. He moving like Trump. He moving like that's Demo Trump.
And you, Kyndra, being a Clark Atlanta University alumnus, what's your thoughts on this?
You see it back there. You see that thing right there, my little diploma.
Yes. What's your thoughts on this?
As far when it comes for the HBCU,
yes,
I just, you know what, going to Clark, man, I try to support these black-owned businesses, and then I still have to pay $40,000. I try to support these black-owned businesses. Y'all making us pay this much amount of money. Can we get some steak and lobster up in the cafeteria, please? I don't want no catfish. Catfish ain't no such thing. Catfish is not real, and they're feeding this crap to us. Okay,
tilapia. I'm gonna say that's what we had up in upstate. We had the clone.
Let me say this. You guys know, Nick Cannon had just paid 5 Clark Atlanta, students debts off. And I'm like, why did I not hear about this? I could have made for the running.
Facts.
Where's the application and how I get this?
But no, I mean, I'm not surprised, man. Being black, this is my motto. Being black in America is like playing all matter.
Oh, that's a fact. You're on the hardest difficulty. You're on the Hall of Fame in NBA 2K and everything.
Ain't no dunk passes. Ain't no protection on the line.
the defense know your plays and everything. They're ready for you and everything. That's what I would say. Being black is it's a great thing. Don't get it wrong. Being black is beautiful. I pride myself being black, but shit be difficult sometimes. Like, yo, give me a little pigment.
You got walk through fire on a little bit of glass to get to where you gotta go.
Give me a little pigment. Give me a little white privilege, a little bit, just a little bit. You
was a little light skin. You might be able to get.
Oh, don't do that, King.
Now, hold on, Kyndra. I don't know if you were able to see SNL last night. Do you watch that on the weekly or checking on the major episodes?
I'm gonna keep it all the way 100 down with y'all. I have not watched a lot of stuff because I'm just over here trying to chase my dreams and I want them to watch me. So that is my answer with that. Right. You got to keep me up to date. So if I'm asking a lot of questions because I'm not in tune like I should be.
That's what we here for. That's why we mix the righteous with the ratchet. So
that's it. I am. I'm so ratchet that even though I live in the hood, anytime I go out of town, I find an MLK Drive, or I Google hoods in Oklahoma, hood in Vermont,
or even Montana or North Dakota.
They gonna take you right to the Klan meetings. You gotta be careful when you do shit out there.
I drive through,
but nah. Kim Kardashian actually hosted SNL. The biggest thing with these hosts is their monologue. She's not a comedian. She's not an actress. I'm not sure what she really does per se.
She entrepreneur.
We'll give her that. We won't shit on Kim K for real. She got me through some tough times as a 16-year-old.
She had a great monologue. You want to play a little snippet?
Play a little snippet so Kyndra get a little taste.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kardashian West.
Kim Kardashian West about to run that for you.
No one told me it was even premiering. It must have slipped my mom's mind. I'm excited to be here tonight to show you guys that I'm so much more than just a pretty face. And good hair, and great makeup, and amazing boobs, and a perfect butt. Basically, I'm just so much more than that reference photo my sister showed their plastic surgeons. But the one thing I'm really proud of is that no one could ever call me a gold digger. Honestly, I'm not even sure how you become one. So I asked my mom's boyfriend, Corey.
Oh, okay. Talk spicy, Kim. Talk spicy. She do a little jab at Kanye, but we're not gonna play that. Go check that monologue out.
Yeah, I was just, honestly, for me, I was entertained. I thought she was about to come out there and be dry with it, but all the jokes that people make on social media about her body, her sex tape, her marriage, she took that shit in stride and made it funny. So I
gotta go listen to that now. Y'all gave me a homework assignment.
Nah, it's only 4 minutes too. That's the crazy part. I seen it. Okay. I avoided it yesterday. I was like, this morning, let me check this out real quick, and I laughed. I laughed a few times actually. So I figured you could appreciate that coming from the comedy scene. I know a lot of
I mean, like you know what? There are some people now. Would you say that? Did she actually? Do you think that she wrote that, or do you feel like that just came naturally?
She was in a group project. She learned a lot from Kanye's constituents, like Beyonce. Sorry, never mind. Let me relax. I know this might not go. I ain't gonna come for you now, King. I'm sorry, Beehive. But I'm pretty sure she had a writer's room come together and figure out what would be some great points to hit. But
Got you. Well, yeah, she, you know, like I'm gonna give you a prime example. The roast of Justin Bieber. You guys remember that some years back, right?
Yeah.
So with the roast of Justin Bieber, you know, like they had Martha Stewart up there. I'm like, I didn't know she was a comedian. Like a lot of these, I'm like, oh, okay, Ludacris, you're a comedian, but they did pretty good. So yeah, I'll look forward to that.
And I think I enjoy a lot of the celebrity roasts. I feel like those, you really get some good jokes. You can see people in a different light. I was more so impressed with Kim's confidence. I was like, we've never heard her make a sex tape joke before. This is intriguing.
Come on now.
I'm gonna definitely watch it. You know, I'm gonna definitely watch it.
You talking about the sex tape, or we talking about the...
But Kim needs to get more credit than she just, like, she really... So? From what should be a scandal that should trample someone's career, she built an empire. Her and her mom and her sisters, down to her little sisters, and now even her kids now are building an empire now, in a sense too.
That is really crazy. It's like, it is a come up. Like that family, you could say, like, what is anybody's one particular talent? They understood marketing.
Yes.
They saw how the world changed, and they were able to like kind of like carve their own path. TV shows, video games, makeup, sneakers,
clothing. Like, she literally did everything in the entertainment industry wants to do. Everybody in the entertainment industry wants to do. Sell clothes, sell makeup, sell perfume.
And now she's a lawyer.
Oh yeah, that's that too. I forgot about that.
And now she's a lawyer. That's like crazy. Shout out.
That is, man. She's goals, man. She's not a bad person.
She's not.
I don't think she's a bad person.
She's not. She just, you know, she be appropriating a few times, but we leave her alone for that. We understand. Black, it's cool to be black.
Facts.
So I'm trying to see how you want to hit this. I know you said you only had like an hour for us, so we can do something a little different. We can get a little toxic a little early, or we can continue some topics. So how you feeling? What you want to do? You want to get toxic?
Of course. Let's do it.
All right. Let me just pull that up real quick. We got a special sound when we get toxic, y'all. We're going to do the toxic section a little early for y'all.
I can be toxic, but so what? You going to love it here. Shit, what is you talking about? We have fun over here. It's very fun here.
All right. Let's make sure we get this right. There we go. All right. So we about to get a little toxic with y'all. So, well, before we even start, you got anything crazy you want to talk about? Anything that's come to your mind that we can have a little toxic discussion on to switch it up a little bit?
You ever had somebody stalk you? Like women, like anybody stalking you or so?
A stalker? I mean, they must have been good because I don't know.
I mean, they usually not stalk per se, but they usually had like their friends know my whereabouts. Like,
that's the worst.
I saw you at that brunch spot drinking that mimosa, acting like a thought. I had a couple of those, but
I'm about to say Dunk came on and you was just grinding on shorty, huh?
And I had those type of things, but not a full on stalker. What happened?
No.
I there are a few times I felt like stalking a few people, you know, but I try not to do that. I stalk their social media. That's as far as I'll go.
I think everybody's social media stalks.
Oh yeah,
I think that's a sad reality of social media. I think everybody
watching their stories. Like, what you posting about?
Like,
today?
You posted you had dinner. That's not a one person kind of place. What you doing? Who you with? You know, looking for evidence. We actually got a topic we thought we would throw out there. This video. You can load it up, B. It's basically cheaters etiquette. This fellow found out his wife was cheating and recorded her responses to his interrogation. We're going to run that for you. We're going to get your perspective on that.
All right.
Well, I caught you lying. You got mad.
I did.
Okay, and then when you got mad, you wouldn't fuck somebody else.
I was mad at me.
Okay, but you wouldn't fuck somebody else.
I did.
Because you got caught lying.
Yes.
And now this person is now...
I was mad at me.
Now this person is now texting you saying that he was with you actually all night.
He was not.
Okay, but so he's lying.
He is lying.
Okay.
He is lying. That's a big fat fucking lie.
He's saying last Friday night. What does Katy Perry voice mean?
I have no idea. I don't know what he's talking about.
So he's lying.
I think he was with somebody else before he got to me. That's what I think.
Okay. Well, he thinks he had sex with you all night.
He didn't.
Did you blow him near the couch?
Yes.
Okay. Well, he talked
right when he walked in the door.
Okay, so wait, right when you walked in, you went outside.
Oh no,
that breaks my heart every time. So, Kyndra, what's your thoughts on just hearing the audio? You hear the pain in the gentleman's voice. I don't want to say confidence in the woman's voice, but she didn't seem upset.
Because you know what I've realized? I feel like maybe she's done that before, and she's like, "Oh well, you know what time it is with me. You know for a fact that wasn't shit. So you still out here dealing with me, but you over here. And do you know if she knows that she was being recorded or
he's like dead holding the phone in front of her, and she's like talking to him like it's not like.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's probably why as well. Like, okay, what do you want me to say? All right, I'll say what I say. You want me to get upset? This is the truth.
I think that's the scary part about a woman cheating and having that conversation. I think any woman I've ever dated, if we ever had to have that conversation, it was going to be that straightforward. It wasn't going to be no lie, because either it's a lie or it's direct. There's no middleman. Like we be trying to find a thin line between as guys. We be like, I mean, like it wasn't nothing new. Like I wasn't trying to. We beat around the bush. A woman going to tell you what it is and what it ain't,
and that's the painfulness. That'd be like, oh,
because let me ask Shorty, yo, you sucked his dick? Yeah, as soon as he walked through the door, we got to fight. I'm going to jail.
You know what the thing about it, I remember this one time, this guy was like, I thought I was gonna date, but he just was on a whole level, just like stupidity I just couldn't not deal with. He asked me, he said, when was the last time that you been with somebody? And I said 3 days ago, and he hung the phone up on me. Sir, you're the one who had you. Don't be saying like, what are you trying to? What are you getting at? That's your fault. You did that. Don't be asking questions you don't want the answer. You ask the question.
You supposed to lie sometimes. Make me feel good about myself. I'm not trying to think about somebody else.
No, because in your mind, you're going to be like, you lied about that. You lie about anything. My thing is, if you don't want to answer the question, if you don't want the answer to the question, don't ask. Like, that's my thing. If you say, am I ugly? Yes, you are. Why did you tell me I was ugly? I've had guys actually ask me present day, like present day this year, am I ugly to you? You are very ugly to me, sir.
Damn.
I don't care. But yeah, they're going back to that, thing.
Now to ask the question, would you ask your significant other, do I look fat in this? And if they tell you, yes, you do, you will accept it?
Here's the thing. I'm at the maturity level in my mind where if I'm not going to sit here and try to get validation from people. That to me is what I'm not going to do. I don't sit here and try to get validation from nobody. If I ask the question and you think I'm funny and you say no, okay, that's cool. Jordan didn't make all his shots.
You right. You got that.
Shit. She got it. I don't even know what to say.
That was a good way to put it.
So, follow-up question, right? We've been having this debate, some of our peoples, right? What do you think if a man you's on a date with a dude and he hits you with the question, what do you bring to the table? How do you feel offended when he asks that, or you like?
No, I mean, well, here's the thing, right? I think questions like that, this is my thing. I feel like you can be able to, all your questions will be answered by observation. Okay, observation is all, you gotta, what the lamest way that you can have a conversation, a beginning and ending conversation with me is, number one, what's your sign? And this is a few questions into knowing each other, meeting each other, okay?
Wait,
and number two,
guys are asking you that? What's your sign?
Yes. Let me tell you a quick story. This, and I talked about this on my podcast. This cat, I think his name was Charm. I'm like, bro, like the show? Anyway, so this guy named Charm, he came up to me. He was walking by. First off, he wasn't even attractive. He took his mask off. His teeth looked like the New York state line. Oh, so he already had a couple, two disabilities against him. And then he was short, 3 disabilities. How there's like a nice type of like chocolate skin. Then there's a burnt looking bacon chocolate. He had the burnt, 4 disabilities. So he said to me, he's like, what's your sign? I told him, I'm like, I don't do astrology. And he's like, okay, well, he went onto a page and he's like, what's your rising moon and star? And I'm like, bro, I just said I don't do astrology. Then he said, okay, well, what's your date of birth? I made up a date of birth. Okay, so this is your rising moon and star. He was still on that. And I'm like, bro, he's like, okay, well, look, I got to go. Give me what's your number? And I'm like, I was about to give him Mike Jones' phone number, but I just told him to follow me on IG. Anytime I tell a man to follow me on IG, y'all, they never 2% of them will follow up and actually say, "Hey, how you doing? You know, we spoke earlier." And I'm like, "Wow, okay."
Because we know that's the curve.
That is the woman's curve.
That is the woman's curve. If you tell
no. Here's my question though. What's the difference? Serious question for y'all. What's the difference between being able to regularly text, call, just send an audio message, and doing the same thing on an app?
That's a good question. Shit.
Depends though.
It depends on how I'm trying to deal with you, I guess. Texting is like more like, oh, I got your time and attention.
It's a little more intimate than social media, because social media, you might not see my DM, you might not, answer it, I'm
about to say,
and everybody has access to it. Now with your phone number, I feel like, okay, I'm one of the blessed few to have your number and they're able to text you or even call you or FaceTime you.
It's really all perspective, because this shit could be the same thing, honestly.
I mean, because you get those same first off, you get the same notifications. I look at it like this. The cool thing about IG, social media is now, especially with IG, I like Facebook better, but the thing about IG is that when you block a person, not only do you block them, but you can block future accounts that they'll try to make to stalk you again, right? But when it comes to, did y'all know that if you block a person's number, they can call from private and the number will still go through? Like their call will still go through. They can call from other numbers and it will still go through. So like I said, like my thing is, I feel like having a person's phone number is not necessary, especially since you have these apps. So it's not me trying to curve you. I look at it like this. If we follow each other on social media, if I'm watching your story, I'm going to see, okay, what type of person am I actually dealing with? Am I, are you posting nothing but you doing drugs? And speaking of that, why is it that people don't post them snorting a line of cocaine like they do them smoking weed? Like, can someone please? I saw you about to spit that water out. Can someone please? Why don't y'all post the cocaine that y'all be snorting, please? Okay, back to the story.
That's a class.
That's a close friends. You got to be on my close friends list to see that.
But that's my question. But if you can post you smoking weed to everybody, why do I have to be on close friends for me to see you doing your line of cocaine?
Nah, that stuff.
What's the difference? If you're, why are you ashamed of it? If you ashamed of doing, here's my thing.
Society.
If you're ashamed of it, you shouldn't be doing it in the first place. Hello? Who cares about society? Like, for example, I call it blubber. You got a lot of blubber over there. Okay. But I guess what's fun, I can probably play with it, whatever it might be. But society tells you that you lose weight. But are you listening to them? No. Again, I'm not trying to stir the pot and everything else like that, but it's not me trying to curve you. If you are really serious about it, because then this is how I look at it. If I give a guy my number off the bat, not more times than not, it's going to be, hey, what you doing? What you doing? Where you at? What you doing?
No conversation skills.
That's why I said, let's talk first. And here's the thing, Google number, a text free app number. I can send that to you. Doesn't mean you have my number, and I can turn that off at any point. So then what?
That's facts.
That's why I said, don't you rather see me on social media than so you can see how I'm doing, see what type of person you're dealing with? But no, like I said, the second thing, by you asking me, again, I don't do astrology, so don't ask me what my sign is. I've had people badger me. I've had women badger me. So what's your sign? But seriously, what's your sign? I'm still figuring it out. I said, I'm a child of God. Okay, figure that out. Back to the story. Don't sit here and say, so tell me about yourself. That is the most boring. Like, that makes me not want to talk to you at all. Like, tell me about yourself. That's lame. So tell me about yourself. I don't know what you want me to tell you. Why don't you have a conversation with me and then you're going to see who I am. That's all I'm just saying, man. I'm telling you, man, people don't know how to have conversations. People are secretive. This is why men do not last with me, because I'm going to give y'all a prime example. Let me tell y'all what happened to me. We're talking about what happened this week. I'm going to tell y'all what happened this week. Okay. And it's going to probably be my last segment before I go ahead and I got to go be a productive adult and all that other type of jazz. So this guy I used to work at the gym. He was one of the members. Cool cat. He's like 15 years older than me. Cool cat. So I thought. And so he ended up, I mentioned something about how we can go get some lunch together in about a week and some change or whatever. And he said, okay, cool. I sent him a random polling question. And he told me that he grew up in the hood. You know, there's a hood everywhere in the world. Yeah. And I asked him, I said, what's the most traumatic? Because I like to ask questions, right? I'm an interviewer, journalist by nature. And I asked him, I said to him, what's the most traumatic thing that you remember experiencing or seeing while you were in the hood? And then he had said to me, he had 2 friends that got into an argument and one of them killed the other one in front of him. So now I'm a whole bunch more questions coming in my head. So the next question was, I asked him, I said, well, what were they arguing about? That was one question. I said, question number two was, you know, whatever happened to the other guy? Like, was he on the run? Like, did you have to go in for questioning? You know, are you mentally okay? Like, did you have to go for therapy? His response was, I'm not answering none of that. Sir, you're the one who decided to actually give an answer to that question. You could have made something up. I was at the park one day and I saw this man pimp slap this woman and drag her down the road. So I ran home. That's all you had to say. So make up something that's traumatic. Google traumatic things that happen in the hood. Okay. That's all you have to do, right? So he talks about how he's a licensed therapist. Who is actually sitting on your couch? Who did you buy? How much money did you pay to get this old fake ass degree that you got, sir? Okay, because I would never sit on your couch. Because I asked him, I said, bro, so I said, I have an issue with, I said, this is why people don't last with me, because of stuff like that. I said, it makes me think you have something to hide. He's like, no, some people make peace by not, you know, talking about their past. I said, and then I thought to myself, right, so many things that came to my mind. Either A, he probably instigated the argument. He probably started that fight. B, he could have actually been the one to shoot the person. Okay, so he's probably, but mind y'all, that was 30 years ago. That was like 30 years ago at that point. It doesn't matter. Okay, so with that being said, stuff like that. And then he says, you know, some people just don't want to talk about their past. So it makes me think, bro, if we can't talk about your past, how am I supposed to know how you are to deal with you as a person? Because, you know, some things that have happened in your past can be brought up or show in your future who you are. You know, you talking about, well, I make peace by not talking about it. That's not helping me. Yeah. So like I said, man, it's stuff like that. Like, I will, if you, whatever question you want to ask me, you can ask me, but be prepared for the answer. Babe, how did I do last night? You sucked. What? Yes, you did. It's not good. It's not good. I don't care. You asked me the question. I'm about to go, get my blow up doll. Wow, you got a whole man here, but it's not working. You need to go. I don't know. You need to go to a sex therapist, whatever it might be. But like I said, stuff like that, guys. In conclusion, I just don't like secrets of people. I don't like people who sit here and ask me, what's your sign? I don't like people who, and I'm going to tell y'all why, because I know there's going to be somebody who's going to ask, well, why don't you, what is your issue with people asking you what your sign is? Now, mind you, I am a child of God. You know, of course, as time is going to progress, you're going to fall off the path. You're going to veer off the road. But at some point, you should be able to come back. But I used to do the mediums, the astral projections, the worshiping the moons, the stars, talking to my ancestors, talking to cats and trees, all that crap, while still going to church. I remember one time I went to church, and right after I went to a psychic. It was crazy, okay? So, but for me, I'm going to tell you why. People will really base their whole life off of something that was made up hundreds of thousands of years ago. Okay. There are women out there that y'all probably try to holler at. You get to, she starts talking to you. She's like, hey, what's your sign? You tell her that you're an asparagus. And then she's like, oh, I can't talk to you because I don't deal with that. You the fourth one. They're not even going to try to give you a chance. I've had people tell me, oh, because you're this sign and I'm this sign, we're compatible. And then like a week later, they stopped talking to me. And I said, I thought we're compatible because I have home training. I know how to treat people. That's pretty much how that goes about, you know? So like I said, man, people will literally base their whole life on that, and they will literally not want to deal with you. You don't understand how many times I see on my timeline, hey, between how many the zodiac sign, the signs in y'all's house, parents, your sign versus your kid's sign, what you dealing with on a regular, what's the sign that's the automatic no? Oh yeah, Geminis and Leos, we gonna have to cancel them, punch a Sagittarius in the face today. What is that? What if some people take that seriously and actually punch you in the face once they figure out that you're a Sagittarius? Like I said, man, people don't have enough common sense to not, and I think maybe it's a lot more women than men, but people in general do not have enough common sense to realize, like, bro, and I'm going to get canceled for that. Duh, people don't have enough common sense to realize that you need to get to know a person, see who they are, versus sitting here and saying, oh, because you're an Aries, all of y'all ain't shit. No, you probably just done dealt with some people who probably were born in that same birth month who just didn't sit right with you. Don't rule everybody out.
100%.
I'm done.
That was your soliloquy. Her mind.
That was great. That's a great way to end it.
I was hoping, man. I wish he had a little more time. I had one more question. We was talking about this.
Go ahead. What's your last question, sweet? Go ahead.
So we talking about sexual harassment earlier, and the fine line, because if it's an attractive person, it's not sexual harassment. If they look like Shrek, it's sexual harassment. What's your thoughts on that?
I will be keeping real with you. I don't get hollered at by a lot of attractive people. 99% of the time or 95% of the time is by a person who looks like a squirrel with a trash bag wrapped around their head. And so with that being said, I still feel like at first I'm excited because I'm like, they're attractive. But then when they overly call me baby and they say, oh, yeah, I want that. They don't even want to try to take me out to dinner, but they want to lick the crack of my ass. That bothers me. OK, when you still shoot the peen to me unsolicited, that bothers me. Now, of course, like I said, if you're attractive, it's like, yeah, whatever. But at the same time, I still feel like, harassment is still harassment, and this is where you have to teach your sons and daughters, if a person says no means no. I feel like as a woman, let the woman lead. Let the woman make the first move, and then you know how to pounce on her, and then you go to work and all that other type of stuff, right? But as a man, like, no, man, just play it cool. Don't sit here and be a creep. There's so many creeps out there.
I respect it. 100% respect it.
Yeah, same.
I just wanted to get a woman's point of view on that because, I feel like as guys, I don't think we recognize sexual harassment as much. You feel me? Like, I don't pay attention to it much. I probably laugh something off. It don't really bother me. What about you?
No, same. On this side, I laugh it off. I don't really pay too much attention to it, so it's good to have that one.
Like, Miss Gladys, stop playing. That's it. That's it. I appreciate you coming out to join us tonight. This is your moment before we get out of here. You can shout out your people, shout out your platform. Appreciate you for coming through. The floor is yours.
Yeah, y'all can find me on the corner, but while I'm not on the corner, my Instagram handle is the Kyndra Crump Show. So the is in the KYNDRA CRUM as a Mary Peas and Paul show. Not with no money sign, not no fake ass ASAP Rocky or Ty Dolla Sign. Okay, SHOW. My YouTube is Kyndra Crump, KYNDRA. Please put a space between Kyndra and Crump because a lot of y'all's wheels on y'all's bus don't go round and round. CRUMP. And if you ever see me in real life, man, y'all can come speak to me. I'm nice, okay. Make sure y'all don't be that weirdo to sit here and like 4 or 5 of my posts and not even hit the follow button, man. Don't do that crap. Don't do that.
That's a fact.
100%. You're gonna clap it up one time for Miss Kyndra Crump.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much. We wish you nothing but success. We definitely gonna link you when we in the A.
Of course. If I'm not here, I'll be at Rapper the Game's house. So catch me when you can.
All right.
Definitely. This might not go well. We out of here, y'all. Appreciate you.
Yes. We back. We'd like to thank Kyndra Crump for, coming along this episode, sharing her stories and adding her flavor to the topic of this week. We still got some more stuff to cover. You feel me? And we also have to do the song of the week as well. So, let's get into it. So one of the things is the mandate guinea pig. You want to go on for that?
For sure. So I know it's kind of like a little serious, like part 3, right? So we've been talking about the mandates in New York, certain parts of California, etc. So I was watching New York 1, and apparently the city pretty much used teachers as guinea pigs with this whole like mandated you have to be vaccinated or you can't work shit. They're going to actually be trying to take that and push it to other city agencies like NYPD, FDNY. A couple other all city entities. They're going to really start trying to push this, and they're trying to get all the union leaders on top. And I was just thinking, the teachers union caved. They were showing stats like MTA had 50% people that were vaccinated. Yeah. They had a couple of different joints that just weren't like, they were at 50, 60%. I'm like, yo, they really teaching you like how much they paid, son. Son, yo, it's crazy when you really think about it. When they pull up these numbers, like I was operating under the pretense, okay, everybody in the city is going to do it, and then they're showing NYPD who, you know, their job, you have to work like hand to hand.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? FDNY, you have to work hand to hand, and their unions is like, yeah, nah, they didn't have the mandates. Only new hires were mandated to be vaccinated. So I was just sitting here like, yo, that's fucking crazy, bro. Like I feel like
the educators had to sit here and be the test dummy for this.
From heroes to zeros, bro. From heroes to fucking zeros.
Yeah, that is crazy. And then with the healthcare workers as well.
Man, I don't know, bro. This is all, it's wild. Now they trying to push mandates across the country, trying to find what's like the appropriate, quote unquote, and watch, quote unquote, way to get that done. I don't know. It's really off-putting that, like, you know, society can really switch up on you like that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this shouldn't be no joke. That's what they do. You feel me? They praise you one day and they get after you the other day.
It's funny, though, because, like, de Blasio's been big up in himself about this, but then boy got in trouble.
Oh, speak on it,
bro.
He's about to leave office with a bang. He said November's nearby. I don't care no more.
Cuomo must have had some friends over at the DOI because they released a report saying that he was basically misappropriating use of NYPD for his like own personal bodyguard. It's not the first time an incumbent mayor has done that, but in this situation, most mayors pay it back, or most city officials will, you know, whatever the cost of having the NYPD or using city services is, they'll pay it back. And de Blasio's like, nah, I'm not paying that back. This should be mandated. But so if you look at the report, some of the things that he was getting bread for, I think it was like when he was trying to run for president or whatever, he had the NYPD on the campaign trail with him wherever he was going. Oh, and he's trying to say that that's a matter of public safety. Like, I am the mayor of New York City, I should have NYPD with me at all times. So I was just like, bro, people already don't fuck with you because you be flip-flopping.
And NYPD don't fuck with him because he been flip-flopping. They've been beefing since he been in the office because they don't know where he stands and stuff like that. So for him to use their service, that's a big giant fuck you in their face, to be honest with you.
That's a fact. And it's just like, yo, bro, like almost $500,000 in benefits. And he's like, I'm not giving it back. It's not, I'm just going, you know, take my lumps and I'm out.
Yo, November's right around the corner.
Exactly. He's going out like, I don't, like, it's fine. It's
y'all ain't fuck with me in the office. You don't fuck with me when I get out the office. I don't blame him for that, dog.
That is a fact, bro. I don't know. Shit different. Shit is
now, you know, Slick, you have many hobbies on your own. You know, you're an educator.
Facts.
You into the stock market.
Facts.
One thing a lot of people don't know about you, you're a photographer.
On the low. Yes. Your boy Slick Grayson started out as a Law Through the Looking Glass. Still out there, lawsLookingGlass.com. You can definitely hit up an inquiry, see some work. I got some stuff in the tuck right now. We about to get back to it. But yeah, carry on. Keep bigging me up. I like that.
So apparently, if you've been on Twitter, you've seen this infamous story about a photographer deleting the photos after being denied food at a wedding. You clapping it up for that?
Clap it up, King.
Oh, man.
Good shit, King.
So you was telling me more about it, so go in depth about the story, man.
It's a little triggering because I was like, damn.
Yeah, because when we was on the phone he went on a whole soliloquy about it. I was like, God damn, I didn't know it was all of that.
Nah, I'm going to try to relax with that. But essentially what happened was this couple was getting married. I'm not sure if their initial photographer fell through or whatever the case may be, but they had a friend that does photography. And they's like, oh, would you mind being a photographer at our wedding? We can't pay you a lot. And I think it was like $250. Now, anybody that does business, that has a hobby, DJ, photography, videography, or any of that, you know that weddings are a long time. You're thinking of probably a 6 to 12 hour day, right? $250, do the math on that. It's not a great number, but you're like, all right, that's their man's. You're in a tight spot. I was probably going to be there anyway. Why not? You know, I get some work, you know, get to, you know, mix and mingle or whatever, what may have you. So man's agrees. He gets to the wedding about 6 hours in. He's asking, yo, is there going to be food? The groom tells him that, well, one, we don't have a plate for you. He's like, all right, cool. He isn't with well, can I get like a 30-minute break to go get some eats? You know, recompose myself. He finished all his water. He had no water, no food, no snacks, nothing. Groom says, if you take a break, you will not be paid. And you got to make a decision. You going to be my photographer or you trying to just be a guest at the wedding?
Oh, shit.
So man said,
spicy.
Man said, I bet. Not only did he, you know, decline payment, At that moment, he deleted all the pictures he had taken for the wedding. Mind you, this is about 6 hours in, right? And leaves. Now the couple tries to go on social media and tries to insinuate that he's the villain in this situation. So, I mean, before I even get to how I feel about this, how you feel about this, my guy?
That is just crazy in the first point. That's your man's. You can't let your man's get a 30-minute break after 6 hours in and he took a bunch of photos. Like, he couldn't get any food. That should at least be mandatory right there.
Bro,
I think it was mandatory. He said $250 and a plate.
I don't even think he said a plate. He just said, I'll do it for $250. But it came down to like, yo, I'm hungry. I can't eat. Like, fuck are you talking about?
And I would have been more accepting of the couple denying him the food if it was just like the first 30 minutes. Yeah, I got there. He showed up to the job in the beginning, mad, hungry, and thirsty. I'm like, bro, what's going on? But a couple hours in, and you done took a bunch of photos already.
They overplayed their hands.
I'm saying you paying you getting a good discount off the rip already. Give that man a plate. You feel me?
Let my people eat.
You feel me? Come on now.
Nah, I 100%. I was like, yo, you want to tell me I'm so, like, again, weddings 6 to 12 hour days, right? So you want me to work all the way through with no breaks? Like, excuse me, I can't have any food. And you're going to belittle me when I'm literally doing you a favor. I've seen wedding photography packages go. The lowest I've ever seen is like $800, and that's like just solely pictures. You're thinking like 8 hour day with time for food. You're still looking at like $100, and you're creating what, thousands of photos. You probably haven't done a wedding yet, but I would say on average I would expect to take at least 3,000 photos that day.
3,000, damn.
And that's at baseline 800. I'm saying like I'm outside. I got all this equipment. Most of the time they want a video package too. So you're saying you're looking at above 1,000.
And that means editing.
You like not only what you, because you're not just paying for what you're doing on the day. You're paying for what you have to do for the weeks and months that come. You're editing videos. You're creating teasers. You're editing photos. You're creating photo books. You're figuring out how you want to host it. It's crazy. So I'm doing you a favor. You're telling me I can't eat, which okay. I understand you pay for plates. Makes sense. But I also can't have a 30-minute break to go grab some food and some water. Who do you think you are?
A fact.
For $250 for a pair of Yeezys?
A pair of Yeezys is crazy.
A pair of Yeezys? What's that? 5 Virgils? I'm not a math teacher, but 5 Virgils?
Yeah, nah,
bro.
And then you get spicy with me, and I'm your homie.
Don't tell me, especially when I'm hungry. Don't be like, yo, you my photographer, you my friend. At this point, I'm neither. I'm out.
Yeah. Like, yo, either you're going to be my photographer or you get out type of situation. I'm like, bro, what are you talking about right now?
Like I understand stress of a wedding, XYZ.
Yeah, Mika Muka on your wedding day. Out of here.
Son, it's crazy. I read it. Hey, because like, as soon as he put his piece of the story out, I was like, well, this nigga not wrong. He did what he had to do. Sometimes people want to try to get over on you because they feel like, you know, it's their day. It's all about them. Sorry.
And that's your man's, you feel me? You gonna talk. I'm like, yo, you got to respect your man's business and respect your man at the same time. Like, he came out of his way. You know, you caught a great deal for $250. You should be giving that nigga a bundle of food.
If he just said $250, I'll take pictures at the reception. That's more than like, yo, he's still undercompensated. I'm assuming he was there from like, you gotta get the bride where like she's coming in, she's getting ready. You want to get the setup. You want to take pictures of the venue before everybody's in there. Again, you gotta scout and see what, like, it's so much that.
Hold on. I found he said he started around 11 a.m. and was due to finish around 7:30 p.m.
8.5 hours with no breaks. That's a labor law issue.
And then around 5 p.m., food was being served, and he was told he could not eat.
Oh, eat a dick. 100% eat a dick.
What the hell? And then, mind you, the venue was in the old Veteran Legion, and it was 110 Fahrenheit with no AC. So my boy was in a slate. What?
Nah, bro. I told you I was triggered because I'm like, as somebody who keeps a camera on them, I say photographer, but even if you just do it as a hobby type joint. When people know you have a camera, they didn't ask you to take pictures of stuff. They ask you to, oh, would you mind doing this? And half the time that's for like the low, and at least it might be like palatable conditions. That's crazy. Like he's and the fact that they're like at a VFW, they probably didn't have a lot of bread to start with. Don't think just because you spent your last, that means you getting top tier service. Your last just got you to the first tier, whatever I'm doing for you.
And it's like, you couldn't even let me get 20 minutes. Or it was around 5 p.m. So my boy was there since 11:30.
He said he finished his 2 bottles of water. He had no snacks. He had no. I'm assuming this was like they probably hit him like Thursday, Friday, and the wedding was like a Saturday, Sunday type joint.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, nah. If I'm doing you a favor and I'm gonna do it to the best of I'm like, you gonna get what you pay for. You my mans. I'm gonna do what I can, but I'm like, come on, no, absolutely not.
But shout out to the photographer, that level of pettiness. Like,
yo, high key too.
He deleted all that. He was like, all right, fuck out of here.
I would have gave them all the I would have gave them all the photos, but I would have did no edits. I would have put them in like some weird ass preset where it just looks trash, and I would have watermarked it. I'm like, all right, but I could do all that. That takes an hour, but $250, that's what you get.
And you know the biggest thing about it, they violated him, but they try to villainize him on social media. Like, so you trying to fuck up my business even after the wedding because you didn't get your photos and you was being rude to me.
Oh yeah, they took a big L because now socially everybody's like, yo, y'all have messed up, and then at the same point it's like, yo, he's probably about to get mad business. Everybody like, yo, you willing to do this for $250? I got $2,500. Like, what can we do? Let's talk about it.
But shout out to that though. That was, I ain't gonna hold you. Niggas need to, respect your man's business. You feel me? Have respect just overall.
I'm about to say.
In general. You feel me? Like, somebody's doing you a favor. Respect that. You feel me? But you saw the fight last night?
I did not. I know it happens. I told you I've been talking about these heavyweight fights for a minute, but I went to sleep. I woke up at 3 to check the results. I mean,
the Drake curse is not real. You already know what it is. Gypsy King got it over again. You feel me? Everybody keeps saying Drake be cursing these teams that he's be supporting and all that other stuff. See what happened. But shout out to Wilder though, because he lasts longer than I thought he was. You feel me?
Deontay Wilder, it's crazy. I saw this tweet and it sums it up perfectly. Deontay Wilder is like Fury is 1 and Wilder is 2, but 1 is undefeated. So that's all you need to know. Going in, did I expect Deontay Wilder to put up a good fight? I did. I felt like he wanted to redeem himself. I was shocked because I did like look at the scorecard. I saw that Fury like doubled him up on punches, but Wilder, he's not traditional in the sense that his technique isn't amazing.
No, he comes with pure power.
About to say, but that power, he put you on your ass quick.
That's a Fendi.
So I mean, the fact that they went back and forth, they won 11 rounds. I figured if it went past 6 or 7, it was over for Wilder. Tyson Fury is the champion of the moment in boxing. Anthony Joshua took an L in his last fight, so he's at the bottom. There's no rematch clause on Wilder Fury, so there's no Wilder Fury 4. There's no reason to.
He was doing good until after the 3rd round.
He lost his win, and you got to think about though. This is heavyweight fighting. There's a wide range of weight. I think Wilder came in at like under 240, and Fury was at like 280, 290. You feel me? So that's a big man leaning on you for what, 35 minutes?
Yep.
More power to. I think Wilder will be okay. I think right now with
Wilder just need to know how to box properly. He can no longer overpower people like he knew, because like most of his knockouts was in like earlier rounds and stuff.
He got his left hand is dynamite,
and I feel like he can fight proper for the first 3 rounds, but after that it's just straight street brawl. And I'm just like, any veteran boxer could just easily pick you apart. And that's what happens with Fury.
But then you also got to say that is true. But you're comparing him. We could argue Tyson Fury will probably go down as an all-time. He will go down as an all-time great heavyweight. I don't think anybody else was doing this to Wilder. I've seen Wilder in a fight where he was getting railed on, and he held on and knocked son out the next round. Fury's the only guy I've ever seen give him this kind of trouble. And then it's like,
I need to see that that Anthony Joshua versus Wilder fight.
We might get it now because they both lost, but Joshua has a rematch with, I forgot, it's another European guy, and he beat the shit out of him last time, for lack of better words. So, I mean, we'll see. I think the Wilder Joshua fight will be interesting. I want to see Tyson Fury go up against the winner of the Joshua. It's going to kill me because I don't remember the guy's name, but whoever wins that, I think Joshua doesn't win that fight. The heavyweight division is interesting right now. boxing as a whole is interesting right now.
Oh yeah, with the Logan Paul and Jake Paul and everything like that.
Yeah, I think did Jake Paul call out Tyson Fury last night? I'm like, don't do it, son.
Oh no,
don't do it.
That's like him calling out Canelo. I'm like, bro, you wilding out for no reason.
It's a payday. He's thinking like, yo, what do you want? You want money? My name, you beating my ass, and then they're gonna probably negotiate that it wouldn't be a winner or a loser like he did with Floyd, so that they don't have a reason to go crazy.
Oh wait, I think the guy's name that Anthony Joshua has is.
You about the Bush Rig?
Hell yeah, I can't even do that.
Alexander Usyk.
Yeah, you did a better job than I would. So let's see what happens with that rematch.
Yeah, so I mean, all I know is out of that fight in the next, I think the Fury fight is supposed to be in the spring. Mm-hmm. So that would be the undisputed heavyweight championship. That's what we're looking at right now.
All right. So, we reached the point. Song of the week. If you're on YouTube right now, you feel me? Please go stream it on all the major platforms, you feel me? Because YouTube don't play that. As soon as we upload the video with the music,
I was about to say,
we get a copyright strike like, yo, you block it out or your video cannot play.
And on the real, we actually are visually recording this right now, so we're gonna have to edit this out twice.
Oh, that's a fact. Shout out to us. We finally on the visuals. You feel me? Shout out to Slick for that.
We're attempting. Don't hold this. I got basketball shorts and the hoodie on. Like,
so it's a tester.
I don't need no hairline jokes in the comments. Like, relax. I'll delete this whole motherfucker.
All right, what's your song of the week?
My song of the follow the fucking docket.
Of course not. You gotta be a rule breaker. But hey, we had to do a topic with Kyndra Crump, because she was a guest. But let's get into our shit though. Oh, yeah. Drop it, Slick.
We doing it again?
Of course.
Oh my goodness.
I can be toxic, but so what? You gonna love it here. Shit, fuck is you talking about? We have fun over here. It's very fun here.
Alrighty, so this is a video of you got a bunch of female friends, right, Slick?
At various times and places, yeah, sure.
Have your female friends ever come to you for advice on
all the time.
Guys, and they don't really listen? Mm-hmm. Let's play this clip real quick.
Things men will never tell women, but are very obvious. We know that your boyfriend is going to play you or cheat on you 5 minutes into y'all telling us about him. No cap. The problem is y'all subconsciously avoid us because you know that if you come to us, we're going to tell you the exact thing that you need to hear. So you convince yourself that it's actually going to work out with him. And that's not to say that you can't get confused between an outside man and your actual friend that's actually telling you some real stuff. Obviously, you need to differentiate the two. And outside men do sabotage relationships.
Cut it off right there. That is a fact because, ladies, even though we about to get on this, some outside man be sabotaging perfectly good relationship just so they can scoop you up.
I'll say y'all be falling for the trick every time.
You feel me? As soon as you have a little argument, yeah, you should leave that nigga. He don't deserve you. He doesn't respect you.
Right, queen?
You need to do better, queen. You feel me? And then he end up your legs in the air and he dumping shit off of you now. You got blindsided by it. But it's a fact though. A lot of with my female friends, they avoid telling me stuff until after the situation happened because they know I'm going to give them the real and make sure they know all the red flags that they miss. And I'm like, okay, wait, he did that, he said that, and you still with nigga? Why would you even do that? You should have been smarting up, but you don't come to me with that because I'm gonna tell you right off the rip, yo, homie, wildin',
like you stupid.
Why would you even entertain that? But women. The problem with women is they know the red flags. They just simply ignore it just because they want to see the good in you. And I'm like, yes, that's all good and dandy until your ass get fucked over and now you hate all men and all men are trash. And now a good dude that try to talk to get the backhand of it because of what a lot of dude did, but because that's off your own accord. You didn't avoid those red flags.
I think a lot of times it comes down to women wanting to assume that their man that they're dealing with is better than their friends. not like better as a better person, but like they hold them to a higher standard. You feel me? Like they assume that, all right, let's be real. Every woman, no matter how much they love their male friends, can say if their male friends is a hoe, if their male friends ain't shit, when it come to women. So a lot of times that advice, you don't want to associate your significant other with that friend. Cause you know, like again, you got your own points of view on it. So I feel like that's a big reason. I found in my experiences is talking to my female friends about what they're going through with the men in their life. It's just like, all you can do is offer your opinion. All you can. I'm not gonna tell you what you should or shouldn't do.
No, I'm gonna tell you. If you acting stupid out here, you being stupid.
You can't tell a person that. You can't be like, yo, you're wildin'. You feel me? Because a lot of people can't handle that. You feel me? You gotta deliver it like, yo, I know if I was moving like that, I'm probably not interested in you no more. I'll say it like that, just so you can understand, like, yo, most men probably have a similar mindset. I ain't gonna put like 100% on him, like, oh, he fucking somebody else, but he's just not that into you. It's just a sad reality of it. You feel me? You could take it or you could leave it, but then if shit goes right and I was wrong, I'll be happy to be wrong because it worked out for you. But if shit goes, left, it's like, ooh, I tried to save you. I seen it. Now you over here, you ain't eating 3 weeks.
Now you over here drinking and driving.
You trying to wear the sweatpants to the club. Mama, you can't do that.
Mama, brushing up. Tighten up, mama.
Yeah, but
it's true though.
It's girl, I think the same thing is for like guys. I don't know if guys really go to their female friends for like crazy advice about their women. I mean, every guy got like that one or two who they trust.
Yeah. But for women, it's kind of hard to even, for other women, it's kind of hard to explain women actions too, because it's like women don't even get women sometimes.
I'm about to say, yeah, girls ain't friends like that.
But what about your guy friends? Do you accept their advice when they say something about your girl?
It depends. I have to see if they've ever been in a similar situation. You're not gonna ask somebody that's never been in a committed relationship what my girl doing. You feel me? Or that openly vocalizes like, I don't do relationships, or you was done forgetting with that bitch. You feel me? Like I try to spare myself that. If anything, I more so want them to just like vent and hear how I'm feeling. You feel me? I ain't really gonna be like on some what should I do type shit, because nobody really can tell you what you want to do in those situations.
Yeah, and then when it's time to do it, yeah, it might change up that little plan and stuff. Like, yeah, I'm gonna do this, and then you finally talk to the person, and it's like, oh, shit did a 180 right there.
Big fact. So
So ladies, if you do have that confidant, not an outside nigga, you gotta watch out for those, because they really do try to sabotage your relationship.
He's trying to mollywop your insides.
You feel me?
Especially some nigga you just met.
That's a fact. So if you do have a confidant, take heed of his advice and use him as a resource. That's why I be telling all my homegirls, I'm like, yo, if you are talking to a guy and we rock heavy, like, yo, let me know, because I'll put you up on game if homie moving sloppy with you or not. Because then, I'm the type of friend, and we're going to move on to the next topic. I'm the type of friend is, if I tell you something, you don't listen, don't come to me crying. I'm that friend. Because I'm like, I already warned you, I already told you, and you did it already. You got to accept accountability at that point.
Big facts.
All right. So this is a lot of work. Have a little fun, though.
Last topic. Let's get it.
If you fuck my bitch, that's cool with me. I don't care. It happens. Shit happens. How long did it take you? That's what I care about. It took me 6 months. If it took you fucking one night and you hit it in the first night, I swear to God.
That's a fact.
That is a fact. It's definitely a fact.
Like what type of work did you put in to go clap my shorty's cheeks? Like, you got her off for a douce and a little compliment, and she was spread eagle like that for you?
Bro. Where this nigga come from? Who he is? Let's talk about it.
Like, yo, he better be some top 10 nigga. He better be a ball player. Like,
better be Trey Songz.
You know me? Like Devin Booker. You better be hitting some shit like that for me to be like, I understand you like hit off the first night.
Look, you got... Oh, fuck. All right, that nigga is worth a couple of M's. I did it too.
You feel me? But little TT from around the way, you feel me? You let him clip off ease?
I'm about to say.
Mind you over here did the whole 90-day rule with me?
I'm about to say, you had me out here in these streets starving. And you just gave it up to him. When you was mad at me, I ain't respond back to your text quick enough, huh? I was having too much fun on vacation without you. My fault. Say less.
Yo, that's some real shit though. Like, yo, if you gonna cheat on me, make sure that nigga actually work for it. I get a Birkin out of the nigga or something more like, all right.
He pay our rent? Shit. All right, you owe him 20 more days.
You feel me? He got 24 days access to the coochie.
He better not suck this dick neither.
That's a fact.
That's the biggest line cross. Like,
yeah.
Cause I was saying this earlier when I was goofing around. I was like, yo, I know other niggas done been inside you. You might have violated the trust, but we might be able to come back depending on how real our shit is, bro.
Yeah, like you even go deeper than that. You know, some nigga end up choking you, some nigga end up smacking you. You feel me? You called a lot of nigga daddy before and all that. But
I was gonna say, what the fuck you going with this?
Oh yeah, I was gonna go that route. Pulled your hair, did all that, but sucking a little dick, that's even worse. You feel me? Because wasn't that the first question if you find out your shorty cheated on you?
We played it earlier. What man said? Man said, you sucked his dick?
As soon as he get into the door, oh, pain. Oh, I kiss you on that mouth, bitch.
I'm triggered.
I kiss you on that mouth. You let him. You was doing the guac 3000. I'm not on it.
And then Kayla tried to kiss me.
Oh,
you salacious female.
At least your box, flushes itself out after a while. So you flush out the penis a little bit. Your mouth.
I'm disgusted just talking about it.
Oh, no. But that's a fact, though. Like, if you're going to cheat on me, make sure ain't nobody like that one night shit. Like, bro, you wasn't trying to let me hit off the one night. So why you let a lot of nigga hit off the one night?
I had to work for it. I had to take you to dinners and shit, go on trips, meet people.
You feel me? Like, at least let that nigga bring something to the table.
You was showing me up like I was a shiny Charizard in Pokemon. You just like, but I ain't get nothing.
Nigga hit off of Casamigos.
He caught you on a bad night. That's what you
feel me?
Because that video, shorty was wild.
Oh, fact.
He's like, so you lied and then you compound that by going to fuck somebody? I was upset. I'm mad at myself. She said that shit was so calm.
She wanted to say like, I just want to be treated like a little whore. I'm like, come home then if you want to be treated like a little whore.
All you had to do was ask me.
You feel me? I'll pound your face.
What you want to do? Pick your favorite movie. We can recreate it.
Go on now. But yeah, that was OD though. Like, please, ladies, if you're gonna cheat on your nigga, please get something viable out of it. Don't let the nigga hit off of 42 and Casamigos. You feel me? At least let it be a ball play. At least get some M's, some Birkin, or something more valuable so it could justify why you let the nigga hit early.
And if you go on top him off, just know it's over.
That's a fact. Done deal.
If your man find out, it's over. He takes it back.
Well, like to thank you for tuning in to episode 45. You already know what it is. I'm the host with the most Breezy Slick.
Yo, it's your boy Slick Grace, and we appreciate y'all. We'll see you next week. Have a good one.